The market's going to continue going down. It's going to go bust. Here's why. Do you remember back in 2008 after the crash? The big boys, the 101% who control Congress, to control the Federal Reserve, they lost about $10 trillion in equity, both their home and stocks. They didn't want to wait to build that back up by doing what they always do. Business investment, increased productivity, increased GDP growth. They didn't want to wait. So they came up with something very clever. Because they control the Federal Reserve, they're going to use the strength of the Federal Reserve. What's that mean? Money supply. 2008, back here, they started to print massive amount of money. And the market just soared. And the market would just soar. And you can see it right back here what happened. The market just soared, 2008. Because guess what? They were using money supply. Increase the money supply so that they could buy treasury, bring interest rates down to zero, and the market kept going up and up and up, and all of a sudden the crack in the market came in 2018. The market dropped over 16 weeks, about 22%. But guess what? Rallied again, 54%, no problem. Hey, another crack. Market in 2020 dropped 31% after 5 weeks, but rallied right back up 133%. Then everything stopped dead. It wasn't working anymore. The power of stimulus was gone because they shut stimulus off. Why? Because, remember, stimulus equals inflation. And then you have the debt. Every time you print money and you borrow money, your debt goes up, your inflation goes up, and the debt ratio to the income should be no more than 60% for a country. But guess what it is? Under Biden, 131%. Put it in perspective. You go to the bank, you want to buy a car. They ask you, hey, what's your debt compared to your income? It's got to be a ratio of 40 or under. Well, the central banks of Europe said to every country, don't let your debt, exceed 60%. So your debt to income should stay under 60%. Biden brought it up to 131%. That's why the market won't rally. That's why the market has a higher probability of sinking. So stop listening to these guys on CNBC and fake business news networks. This market has no chance of making a new high because, again, of the debt they're carrying to income. Put in perspective, Reagan in the 80s, he had debt income ratio of just 30%. So every time he borrowed $1 and he spent that dollar, the country would grow $1.30. Now with Biden at 131%, if he borrows $1 and he spends it to grow the country, he'll continue to lose money. Can't grow. That's why you got to let a recession happen. So please, focus on how to learn to sell short. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Hey, we'll see you on the charts.